Go, boys.
Happy New Year.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by four Foul Mouth supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is Straight from the Stands. Good evening. What up, guys? How are you guys?
What's
How you guys
up,
doing
boys?
today?
What up, y'all?
I
How you
feel
guys feel?
amazing.
Feel pretty good.
I
I feel
wish.
amazing. It was a good weekend, honestly.
See, I'm doing great, but for different reasons.
I'm tired as fuck, and I hate all you guys.
Wow, here we go, Rudy, with the negativity. Wow.
Yeah.
Positive
Wow.
masa. Come on.
Look,
Spread
and
some
you messed up. You
positivity.
messed up my images. I was looking good. Now look, I look slow, and it still looks a little choppy. You know what? I look like
Cam
I'm
or
not
not,
fully
you look
downloaded
slow.
yet.
Cam or
No.
not, you look slow, so it doesn't even matter. How are you guys? It was
You just asked us that.
I know, but I kind of want to switch the vibe up, so I wanted to ask.
We were
again.
doing fine. As a matter of fact, you just kind of brought in that negativity. You know what? Masa
So
pointed
that's
this
why
out.
that's why I
last
said I
week.
was gonna change it, right? Because I was about it. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
But that's why I said I was gonna change it.
All right.
So-
I let it slide. So I was gonna.
You're not letting anything slide. I'm telling you. So
I'm
Remember
letting it
Thursday?
slide.
Remember Thursday?
That's exactly what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
I'm letting it slide. That's exactly what I was gonna get to, but I'm letting it slide.
what happened Thursday? I don't remember Thursday. I don't remember shit.
Point is that Masa, George, and I we had an moment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
All nice.
I do.
We were nice
Yeah.
man. Like all
And
talking
then-
about our love. And then
Mhm.
once we get to Rudy, like anger gets into us and we start
Yeah.
arguing with each other.
Somehow we ended up arguing with each other after we brought you up and having to do with you somehow. So you're the plague here. You know, I can't confirm or deny, but you might be the problem. So
I agree.
you know,
Man, so fucking game on Friday instead of on Saturday or Sunday made the weekend long as fuck. Because I usually have something to look forward to on Saturday or Sunday, but it wasn't. But I'll start out with this: that pregame and halftime game. Oh, the show you guys put on IG. I
Oh,
fucks
the
with
new,
it. Yeah,
the
I
new
fucks it.
what was it called?
The Georgia Mazda show, exclusively on IG. So if you're not following us on IG, you better get on that.
be always angry, Rudy. Yeah, that's right.
I concur. I concur. That is right.
No, that was dope.
Alright.
I mean, we got a good, we had a good, like a lot of interaction. People were on there. People
Yeah.
were talking. It was really dope. And halftime was actually pretty fun. Just people, some downtime for those of you that probably weren't at the viewing parties, or maybe you were. It was dope to get some feedback from you guys, chop it up a little bit about what we saw, which was cool.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. That show was tight. I enjoyed it so much I forgot where to park my car. I was leaving work when you guys were on for the pregame, and I was just walking, and I got to a parking lot. And I parked outside of work on Friday. I didn't park in the lot, so I got to the lot, and I was like, "Yo, well, fuck," and then I walked my ass back after you guys were done. But that show was dope. Halftime was dope. Y'all should really like. I think that chemistry between you and Masa for the pregame, and then your spot too. That show's dope. I really like that shit. So
The studio, our studio.
the studio
Yeah,
was
that's,
nice.
that's what the studio is. Yeah, that is where the studio is. They were
That's
just
the
outside the
studio.
studio. Yeah.
Studio only for the Georgia Massa show, though. So see your way
Nah,
out of that shit.
the upstairs
Nah.
is the studio
Nah.
for
Oh yeah, we already had the upstairs.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
you're tripping.
yeah.
No, that's where we had
Fuck.
the first what do you
The-
call it? Tailgate episode.
Yeah, our live
Right.
tailgate episode because we had fans there and everything.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. We had a
In
in
studio
live studio. Yeah,
audience.
audience. Yeah. All right, Rudy. How about you set up our peeps with what we have on schedule today?
Yeah, so we're gonna go over some bullshit news, no real rumors, and maybe some injury updates if anybody knows anything about Polenta, and then the Vancouver recap. Finish off with some straight for the fans.
For the fans.
And because we are the official, unofficial ACB podcast, some ACB plugs at the end.
Yeah.
Hi, Antonio.
Yeah. Oh, Angel, you're looking out on that one interview. We're posting that up on IG, so look out for that.
Just
on
the
IG too. Yeah, just the one. Because the other one, the audio was Just the one. Good shit for that
So
one though. It's good.
I know we're gonna because there's only one gonna be out there, and I know skipping way ahead, but I apologize in advance to Lucas. That was my first time doing one of those, and I thought it was one of those shitty mics that you actually had to put it close to you, and yeah, yeah. So Lucas, our live from the from the viewing party is not gonna be up anywhere.
Yo,
Sorry,
what's
bro.
up, Bruni? Straight from
Amsterdam,
Amsterdam.
right? Yeah. What
You
up,
Yeah,
sound
man?
like you're
yeah.
from London.
You
Wait.
sound from Manchester.
All right. So Steres and Zlatan, but really Steres, team of the week. Team of
Yeah.
the week, Steres. Um,
What's his name?
yeah, for sure, for sure. I just bugged out. Like I think it was Elite Galaxy memes, or somebody posted up about Steres is performing at an All-Star level. Prove me wrong. And I had a comment there like, yeah, and I did not expect that at all. I mean, at all, coming into the season. That shit. Steres, you know what I mean? I was looking forward to get a replacement for Steres.
I knew this all along. I mean, remember my hot take? I've been saying this shit. I've been saying it. Y'all don't believe me, but I know my boy Steris is gonna come through for me this year. So, big shout out to his mom. You have not only raised a beautiful human being, but an outstanding world class level athlete. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Look me up with Daniel Steris jersey.
Let, I can't even knock it. I was bugging out.
Look, he's been solid. I mean, it's interesting because and I know this is a little bit ahead right into the game, but the moments when the defense looked shaky were really more Romney related moments where it's obvious that him and Shelvick haven't been playing together.
Mm-hmm.
But and correct me if I'm wrong. I rewatched the game and maybe now because it's been a couple days. I saw it obviously at the viewing party. Then I resaw it again, plus the extended highlights. But like Rudy said, long ass weekend. So a lot of things have happened since. I forgot some things, but bring that up because I don't recall Steres doing anything wrong. I remember him having a solid ass game.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
we've been
stood out.
talking about this. Yeah, and we've been talking about this from the very first game to now. Obviously, that's what we're talking about him right now. He's been solid. I mean, I could probably make a better case to benching Polenta if we do end up getting what's his name Giancarlo after all. Which at this point I wouldn't even go after him, to be honest with you. If
We'll get
if
there.
it's taking this long, I'd rather take my chances with something else. Which yeah, we'll get there. But I bring that up because Steres, Steres has been what I've been telling you he was gonna be. He's the second coming, man. The second coming.
That's
Oh.
accurate. You did say that though.
What-
It's crazy how it came out of your mouth.
What was Rob saying on
He
on the
said Steres goleador as fuck. I think that's exactly what he said.
he went off on what maybe Saturday or whatever was it with Steres, but yeah.
Look,
My boy had a bang.
and if you guys remember, I said he was gonna score a goal off of a header. So the previous week, yeah, you're welcome.
So this is another interesting note. GBS has what GBS has with 4 wins has us on the best start of a season since 2010.
Yeah.
Crazy because if we go back just to like the week when we lost to Dallas, I saw a lot of skepticism online. You know what I mean? Like a lot of doubt, really. And I'm not even gonna say not deserved just because of how we've been for the last 2 years, but people jumped on the panic train real quick.
I think this game was really not a measuring. I don't want to measure this at all, but I think especially after FC Dallas and seeing how we performed away, I was curious to see how we were going to perform in Vancouver. We had the team back. I think we mentioned it. We kind of touched on it on the tailgate. I don't know if it was last episode that we were curious to see how the team would react away. It is Vancouver, but it's still an away game is an away game. So, I mean, so far so good. I'm excited to see the boys play another away game and see how they match up with other teams.
Yeah, you know what? So we'll get into it right now, and then the last item is dropping items for the section. So I think we're good. We don't have nothing else. All right, let's get into the game. Oh shit! Hold on. Before we get into the game, Liverpool says you fools should have a fool of the week segment and give it to Ali Hadan for daring to Zlatan and failing in the Penanka. So
Yeah,
fool of the week. That
bad.
might.
Those are
Hey,
bad.
fool, hey, you're a soccer player, fool? Panenka,
The problem is the problem is we used to have those, but they were all towards Galaxy players. We named them the Zero of the Week, and it was all Galaxy players.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now that we're good,
Steres was one of the receivers of that often too.
Oof.
You
Yeah,
know
he
what I mean?
was.
He's like a
Steres-
4P champion.
Yeah, Steres. You know what I mean? Steres for sure.
Yeah, we had our player of the game, then we had our zero of the game. That's right. Yeah.
Zero of the match,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn. I mean, we could go back to that, I guess.
We've come a
Or
long way,
Teletubby
yeah.
of the week. I think that. All right.
Teletubby of the
The
week.
Teletubby of the week. Okay, we could do that
Teletubby of
because
the
I think I might have my Teletubby of the week.
All right. So
David Bingham.
just
Nah, not chill.
Just-
You know what? Since it was brought up, hold on. Let's add this. The Teletubby of the week. I wrote it down.
all right.
I'll show you guys later.
So let's start by Polenta not being on the 18-man roster for the game, right?
That's just crazy.
It's
Did
funny.
anyone catch that?
Yeah, that's
catch
what I was gonna get. Like, we posted
I didn't catch
we
it.
posted the lineup on a couple of chats, and I saw it. I'm like, yeah, and it wasn't until I think I read it on Twitter, and I was like, wait, what? And I realized that it wasn't Polenta. It was actually Romney. I was bugging the fuck out. I didn't catch
Shout out
that.
to
at all.
Masa.
I checked 15 minutes prior, right before we went live on IG with George, and he
We're on our
asked
way
me
to
like,
get
"Yo,
pizza. We're on our
like,
way
yo,
to
did
get pizza, and I
anything
asked him.
change?" And I was like, "Nah, this should look solid. Like, what the fuck?" And then I think Nelson, shout out to Nelson, when we went live, he's like, "Yo, how do you guys feel like Romney's gonna do?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but-
"What you mean? Steres is playing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" And then I look over and I'm like, "Oh shit, Romney and Steres are playing together. Like, what the fuck happened to Polenta?" That shit was dope though.
Yeah. So before the match started, and once we realized that it wasn't Polenta and it was Romney coming in, how'd you guys feel at that point? Was there any doubt?
Well, you guys saw what happened to Polenta, right?
It's
It was
a
like
hip.
midweek injury.
Yeah,
no?
it was an abductor. Yeah, abductor injury.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I think I mentioned it on the pregame show. I was excited to see what he was gonna come to show out because potentially he could be the one that gets moved all the way down to Galaxy 2. If we were to bring in another center back, I don't see anyone else other than who's your boy named Didi?
Didi Torres?
I see him probably getting moved up and us making Romney a right back. But I honestly thought that if Romney didn't show much, which we'll get to, I think he was going to become the new Juninho of the center mid of the defense.
Yeah, no place for him.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, he's not a bad player, but it's just
No place for Romney. Or for
Before
Polenta?
before the game. Before the game.
No, before the game.
Before the game started. So when we saw the lineup and our reaction to it, that's what we're talking about right now.
We haven't
Oh,
watched the
gotcha.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, like so
Gotcha.
you know,
Yeah.
just if he doesn't perform, he's gonna find
But,
himself out.
yeah, gotcha.
Right? That was that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, same. I was nervous, right? Because although we played, I think Romney and Steres played the best defense last year at the end of the year for us. I was still nervous because I was just like, you know, I mean, we had been solid enough with Polenta and Steres, and they had started to communicate, and I was like, oh shit, now we're throwing a wrench in with Romney. But you know, we'll get into the game right now. I tripped out. I did get nervous when I seen that. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, so the game starts, and I'm talking about I just get the feed from YouTube, and the first thing I hear is Shelby takes him down, PK Vancouver, 45 seconds in. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Even prior to that, are we getting into the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Prior to that,
Dog, that was right at the beginning of the
No.
game. So obviously,
no. But prior to that, we were getting like, I think Shelby prior to that play
He
slipped like
slipped.
3 times. Like
Dog,
No,
it was
he-
the very
he's-
time make
he's-
that play. So
slipped.
no. Before that play, he slipped. It was on down the sideline, and I think he slipped one more time. So when it happened, I'm like, he just can't find his footing. The turf was, and we'll get to it, but yeah, like that
No,
penalty.
they
it
went
was
to
a
turf.
soft penalty, but I mean, he
Yeah,
slipped
yeah.
down and he dropped them.
Yeah,
That was super soft. To me, it wasn't even
but
a
I mean,
pen.
it was a penalty.
But I mean,
yeah. No,
to
I
me,
thought
it
it was
wasn't
soft
a
as
pen.
fuck.
But whatever. I mean,
I
they
didn't even
called
see
it home field, I guess, advantage. But that shit was weak.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Super weak.
It was, and the thing is, like, because he reacted like a second late. You know, the kid that got the penalty called in favor for, he reacted late. Like, he didn't fall with the initial bump. Like, he still
Yeah.
took a step, and then like it just looked fake. But I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. I'm hearing this in my car because obviously to respect him, so there's no fucking feed anywhere. All right, the Lakers are playing, so I can't get a fucking feed. Not until later when somebody hooked me up with a Facebook feed. But before that, like, I'm just hearing it, and I just hear I think he says something like uh, Bingham holds his own and stays composed, blocks a penalty. Some shit,
Ace
along the lines,
composed.
right? Along the
I
lines.
mean,
Listen, that's what I heard. At this point, I hadn't seen it. That's what I heard, and I was like, oh shit, Big Bingham, right? And then the chat goes wild, Big Bingham, and I'm like, oh shit, must have been a dope save. Can we talk about that penalty real quick though?
well, can I bring up the just briefly the our boy Shelvick? I I saw some people talking shit when that happened on social media,
Mhm.
and I was thinking about it. I think this is his first fuck up, if I'm not mistaken, from the season. And correct me if I'm wrong, and guys in the chat also correct me if I'm wrong. It's at this point I don't remember all the different games that we've had, but George hit it. If you saw the game, the footing, like the first ball, he tried to clear, but it looked like his foot got stuck on the turf, or I don't know what happened. And then that's when he tried to react. By the time he got to the ball, when he turned, he was already turned. He turned too slow because it seemed like he turned on the wrong side of the defender. Point is, reacted too slow, essentially bumps old boy and penalty. I'm with George on that one. I'm big on the whole footing thing. I don't think he got his shit down. And to me, I was seeing a lot of people complaining about Shelvick being, oh, Shelvick is terrible defender, terrible defender. I mean, he's been doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing fine.
And as the match progressed, we saw a lot of players like losing footing, right?
Yeah.
I think the commentators
Everybody.
were even talking about it being a sticky turf. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Hey, good call though. A lot of players except for Joe Benny.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Benny looked seamless on that turf.
So
It looked like it wasn't bugging him.
before we move on, you guys seen the clip where Zlatan is either whistling or I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing in the background before he takes it. You haven't seen that clip? I'll look for it and I'll tweet out the count.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, like he's whistling or he's like puckering his lip as my dude goes up to take the PK, and then the reaction when Mizzy's just like, he has a disgust face when he just chips it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was fucking hilarious, man. And that PK was bad. I seen Phil Panenka's
It
where
was.
where they kind of overshoot it and it goes over the bar, right? Or whatever. But though that one, legit, Bingham dove and then came back,
Yeah.
and that shit wasn't going in. That shit was bad, though. And what the commentator was saying that's the second game, with the Whitecaps, and he goes up to the
Yeah,
PK like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you're probably not gonna be taking a lot of PKs.
Well, we didn't know why he tried to do that.
Zlatan,
We-
you're trying to
Yeah,
get back at
come
him?
on.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah,
¿Cómo le fue?
yeah,
Pendejo.
man. See, what the comments say? Dare to Zlatan. Somebody tried to dare to
There,
Zlatan.
that's not that.
Yep.
Come on now. Yeah, but listen. So right after that, there was another big chance by Vancouver, right? Is the one where Sheldon
was a
again
fuck
loses.
up
The
Yep,
Shelvick and
Shelvick
Romney
again.
fuck up, yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, and they kind of whoever it was gave him a pass, like a through pass onto 1-on-1 with the keeper, and then Big Bingham.
No, that's not what happened.
I think
it
Legit
was
tried
it
to
was
clear to someone.
it was
tried
a
to clear.
Yeah.
miscommunication between Romney and Shelvick. They looked at each other like who's gonna go for the ball. Neither went for the ball, so technically the ball ended up going through them. Ended up being essentially a through ball to the attacker.
But it bounced
That's
off
what
somebody, right?
Who tried to clear it prior to
That
that?
was legit.
Legit,
Legit
right?
poked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He moved the ball, and it went in between Romney and Shelvick, and then it like deflected off of Shelvick's foot right into the forward's path, and then Big Bingham came, se hizo grande con la gran verga, and he blocked the shot.
That was good too because he came out
I think
quick
that
and
was
made himself
It looked
big.
like it was nice.
key ass save, bro. That was like minute
That was
18.
a really big save.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's I think that's the biggest save of the season.
We go down 1-0. I think we're talking about a different game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
sure.
and as slow as the Panenka was, Bingham did realize it in time to turn around and stop at a goal line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of that was the shit PK, but
Yeah.
a stop PK is a stop PK. So I'll give him that. I think those two events are big on the fucking match because I think after those two chances and they couldn't take it, I think it took a toll on Vancouver, of them kind of. It has to affect you, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
you had
Oh,
two
yeah.
big chances to be up 2-0 against the Galaxy within the first 15 minutes
At home.
at home,
Yeah.
and you fucked them both up.
Yeah. In the past, those don't go in. I think in the past those go in, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not, and nothing changes. It's just it's just the luck. It's
Mm-hmm.
just what's on our
Mm-hmm.
side.
Yeah, because like I said, soft penalty, whatever. The second chance, it was a mistake on our end, right? And usually we pay for the mistakes, and this time around, like Bingham came up big, but I mean, it had to be some luck into that, right? So, uh, for sure, I definitely think I definitely think some luck, and I think is the vibe that the team has right now, right?
I think that's where the game changes though, around the 20th minute,
Mm-hmm.
because then that's when I completely feel the like the first 20 minutes I was jittery as fuck. Like, God damn, here we go
Mm-hmm.
on that Teletubby bullshit. The team started at least in the midfield. You can see that they started touching the ball around, and there wasn't any crazy passes after that 20 minute. Like the first, I say from the 20th to 25th minute, you can see like Jonah trying to hold the ball more and just simple passes to kind of get everybody comfortable and accustomed to the field.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's what I saw
no,
at least in the first.
same. After the first 15, 20 minutes, we saw the Galaxy possession again. Right, the first 15 minutes, I don't think we had possession. We were just kind of chasing them, and Manny
I
swinging
think
up
we were trying to, but it was hard for us to get a feel for the field. I
until
think
they
we
got
were trying to
adjusted.
get that possession, but the passes were off. A lot of things were
The
short,
footing was off,
yeah, the footing was off.
and
We
they
were
were
trying to.
and they were dealing with the Korean kid. Manny just brought him
Oh
up. That
yeah,
Korean
Yo,
kid
that
is
that
fool is
Korean
a
fire.
kid
monster, dog.
That
was
Korean kid is
nice.
fire.
That for George was calling him Sonaldo,
Yo,
like Sonaldo 2.0.
you,
Yeah,
remember? I
It
think
was crazy.
I think we saw. I think it's Be Nasty who posted that video when they had signed him. They had a highlight video with him, and he's something like, "Yo, the G's need to sign somebody like him with that kind of skill." And I thought it was just hype.
Nah,
But on
that fool's
Friday's game,
legit.
yeah.
kid is
That fool's
fast. He's technical. Man,
real deal.
I thought he.
Well, the two yellow cards
Hmm.
the Galaxy got were because of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got to put a break on him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man. You know what? Within that time, like you mentioned it, and I called it a tailgate. Corona was the only one who was set, right? And he was way more aggressive than any other of our players. Like I think that's the most shots he's taken with a G jersey since he's been here. Yeah, it's been 3 games, but I mean, he was aggressive. He was looking for his shot. He was looking for his goal, and I like that. I like that a lot. But what do you guys make of the first half? Like, I don't think there were many clear
You
cut
know what I make
occasions.
out of the first half is when you start a game of that nature, you give up a penalty, then a follow up clear chance like 5 minutes after and a 1-on-1 with the keeper, and you leave that first half with a win. And essentially, after those 20 minutes, you're able to control the ball. And again, like Rudy said, nothing, at least not that I can recall, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because everything I remember is off from the second half in terms of our chances, but I don't recall any chances in that first half. But at the same time, I saw the team just, let's
as
chill,
far as
let's
our end,
relax. Let's,
on our end or
yeah,
Vancouver's end.
on our end, on the attacking half. Did
There was
we have
one. There was
anything?
one kind of. When Antuna's run for Zlatan was fucking amazing. The fact that Zlatan saw him, I didn't even see that he looked that way. Antuna just booked it, and then that first touch was really good, but I don't think he was able to get it at the end. I think that was the only clear one, if anything.
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
tripped it over the keeper and it went
Yeah, yeah,
it
wide.
went wide.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Man,
That
remember
was
what
a
you're
nice
talking about.
play.
but that kid's
That man is
speed,
Yeah,
that
fast.
kid's
That man is
speed,
fast.
dog. Like I think prior to that play, he had a long touch, and I'm talking about long touch, maybe like 20 yards, right? And it eventually went out at the end, but he made a run for it. And the fact that he got so close to almost getting there, I was like, yo, what the
Yeah.
how? Like, I mean, my man got like
see,
his takeoff
yeah,
speed
but
is
but
ridiculous.
I bring that up is because after those 20 minutes and what happened the first 20 minutes of that game, for the team to just say, okay, let's chill really quick. Let's restart the game, right? Let's control the ball more. Let's not do anything dumb, not anything stupid. Let's not give any balls away. Let's just be smart. If we don't have anything major, let's not risk it. And I thought they did that really well in the first half. Was there a lot of creativity? I don't really think so. I thought it was kind of dull and dead. But after starting shaky the way that they did, I'm okay with them heading into the locker room, tied 0-0 at the half and letting them regroup. And you know GBS has shown so far that he's willing to make changes and that he notices things, which is obvious about the second half, right? Which we'll get to. But that's what I take away from the first half. Like, look, you guys started shaking the first 20 minutes, calmed it down after that, didn't concede, didn't give up any additional stupid chances, didn't take any unnecessary chances, just played some simple, sure, boring. That's fine. But for a team
It's
that's
a
barely
away
what
game.
six, yeah, and then a team that's barely what 5 games in or 6 games in, whatever it is now, and essentially this is the second time this attacking, well, this midfield and your offensive players are playing together in this nature. I take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
same,
Mhm.
Yeah,
same.
I agree. It's perfect. I think we went into the half kind of like, oh shit, we still have a chance at this. Let's go out and let's do what we got to do. I don't want to talk about the future, but we can't do that. We can't come out. We can't. I don't think there's certain teams that we can't come out slow for the first 10 minutes. Because in the past, the first 10 minutes have been killer for us, and then at the end, the last 10 minutes.
Yep.
So I don't want to, get back into the future, but back and forth. But I think that's something that we gotta come out from the get go.
Would you say? Here's what I'll say. Right, I think a lot of
Mhm.
that had to do with
The turf.
the turf. I think
Yeah,
I, I think
hundred
I think
percent.
the footing on it was really what caused that shaky start because like Angel alluded to after the first 15 20 minutes we had the ball again, right? We were touching the ball, except we didn't create anything spectacular, but we had the ball. You know, like the Antuna thing, I think there was a cross from Alessandrini to Slatan that he almost got his head to, that kind of went
Yeah.
around the post. There was chances, but there wasn't chances, like, a clear cut chances, right? And that's how the first half ended. Something I didn't see because I think it was on the Vancouver transmission. But Felipe, like, one of the midfielders, he came out and he was saying how it's fucked up that the crowd was there for Zlatan and not for them. They should
Yep.
be there for them, and not Zlatan. But come
Romo
on,
called it Teletubby of
tell
the
me the
week.
week.
The
Yeah,
Vancouver fans.
it's you know what, and I heard a lot of things about it today. And one of the things I heard was saying, "Hey, your team is trash." So when somebody else comes in, with a big name like that comes in, like, what do you expect, right? At the same time, they had opportunity to kind of win them over if they played well, but they played like shit. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. Um, second half, second half comes out. What do you guys think about second half?
A lot more. I think we got our footing in. A lot more creativity. Not to what I want to see, but I think things were happening to the point where there was chances being made. But I think, and I'll get into it, but I think it's more. I'm focusing on players that I want to stand out because I think the team benefits more when they stand out. And
Like who?
Alessandrini.
All right, let's talk about him. Let's talk about Alessandrini.
Well, hold on. So really quick before we get there, George, are you sure you saw a lot of creativity? Because I don't know if I did. I still saw a lot of the crossing style of play which is fine. Again,
But
I don't hate.
that's a chance created.
But that's not.
Well,
Let me
listen,
see here.
you know what?
Okay, fine,
With
fine. Be, because we brought this up a couple episodes back when we talked about you. I think you were one of the main ones complaining. All we do is just go down the wing and just try to cross. And I said, you know what? It's fine when we have Zlatan there because it works,
Hmm.
and it did.
Yeah.
But you know what? But even with that, like, I think the creativity and Friday's game was finding the overlaps and finding the second runs, which I like.
Which Drini did well.
Yeah.
Drini did it this time.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about Drini because I seen a lot of, again, back and forth about Alessandrini.
Yeah. His
What are your
game.
what are your thoughts about him, this game?
I was telling Masa because we watched the game together. The first 20 minutes, and it's crazy because it was the Galaxy's worst 20 minutes, were his best 20 minutes. I was like, damn, he really came out to play. And then after that, it was just 20 minutes. And there's a time, I think Drini's life expectancy during a game is 60 minutes. Past 60
Hmm.
minutes, he's done. But in those 60 minutes, I think it's vital for him not to want to do more than what he has to do. I think it's simple, and when you have to create for yourself, but I think that he's trying to do too much. And when he gets into his own head, or when he can't, he does a lot of things correctly. And then when the pass goes wrong, it's like the end. Like that's it. He puts his head down, complains, starts fighting. And I think like in basketball, sometimes if you can't make a shot, all you need to do is make a layup to see those things go in. In coming back to soccer, let go of the ball, touch the ball, get a feel for it, feel comfortable, like get your foot under it to start doing these things. And I think he's trying to hit the ground running, and it's affecting him.
So here, I last episode I said I wanted to see improvement in Alessandrini, right? And I think we saw that. My perspective.
Ooh,
I
I think so too.
So here, let me break that down. Why I think that way, right? He was sharper with the movement. He was making good runs, and he had the right intention. What he didn't have was his fucking feet under him, and I don't know if that's a turf or just still some rust in him. Because listen, a lot of when he was cutting in and looking for his left foot to take a shot, we want him doing that, right? If he gets a good shot out, we want that. Same thing when he cuts back and looks for the cross, we want that, right? The only thing that didn't happen was that his crosses and his shots were shit, right? That's a big one. I think like the end product wasn't there, but we saw the improvement of him actually trying different things and moving the way we kind of used to seeing him move more often than not. So that improvement is there. I agree though, like his end product was shit this game.
I got some nerve for saying this. Nah, fuck that. He's a professional soccer player. Use your right fucking foot. Center the ball with your right.
Well, you know what?
Foot.
And that's what I want. I want to bring that
All
up.
if I'm a fucking defender defending Alessandrini, I'm covering your left foot because that's all the fuck you're gonna do. That's all you're gonna do. His best center was the one where he did with his left foot to Zlatan, and that's that he did one of those and he kept trying to look for it. Yeah.
How come no one's giving Antuna shit for his crosses?
Yeah, no.
He's doing the same thing.
I was gonna say that.
And this is what I get to because they're both giving shit crosses. Antuna's right-footed, isn't he?
Yep. We got inverted. We got inverted wingers.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. Okay, go ahead.
You know what it is?
What?
That Antuna could actually take somebody on one-on-one.
That's what it is.
And
I don't know if
Alessandrini can't do that.
No, I've only seen him do it a few times. No, he hasn't even done it.
He can't take him on one-on-one. He can beat him. He can beat him and run. He can beat him in a run. He can't take one-on-one.
He can beat people in the speed, but that's like Emma. If Emma would just poke the ball and he runs the ball, that's not really taking somebody.
Antuna beat one-on-one when Dave Leggett the goal.
Point is, okay, so he did it a couple times. Once he's done it, but he more times than not. Well, same thing with Alessandrini then. He's done it multiple times.
Listen,
we've done it once or twice, if anything.
5 games into the season.
So, anyways, let me get to my point.
Go for it, Angel.
The point is, it's obvious that Alessandrini can't cross with his right foot. It's obvious that Antuna can't cross with his left foot. The intention for you to play as a winger on your opposite flank is so you can cut in and shoot. They're both not doing that. They're both not cutting in and shooting. They're both essentially looking to make the cross. That's their first thought.
And to rebuttal that, I think that we're doing that for Alessandrini. We're not doing that for Antuna. We're not doing that for Antuna. We're doing that for Alessandrini.
No.
Okay, but if he's not taking the shots, and if Antuna's not taking the shots, if neither of the two are cutting in and they're still trying to play that cross style, then why don't you just switch these guys to their respective wings where they can actually give a better cross?
No, but listen, but listen.
What the fuck? That's exactly.
You've been saying to bench Alessandrini and to start.
Everyone's rebuttal is that Alessandrini wants to cut in and shoot, and I say that's what's affecting it. We're playing around Alessandrini. We're playing around.
We're not though.
Yes, we are.
No, we're playing. Listen,
hold
on.
If we're playing centering ball, if we want to center the ball,
who do you think GBS wants to center the ball all the time? Who do you think the players he wants to center the ball are?
His wingback.
The defenders.
Exactly, right? Because what you want to do,
when Alessandrini doesn't look for when Alessandrini doesn't find it and he doesn't react to them.
Listen, but he's played 2 games right now.
He's
played last game and this game.
Alessandrini's just lack of confidence.
Listen,
I think it's an improvement from the last one, like Rudy said.
But the last one was shit.
Yes, it was. Yes, we agree with that.
He couldn't have been worse.
Yeah, it's 2 games. He's played 2 games. 2 games in 20 minutes. He's played 2 games in 20 minutes.
He's getting better. It's gonna be better.
And like Angel said, I agree with Angel because listen again, Alessandrini's a DP player, so he needs to get a stick when he's fucking up. I agree with that 100%. Right? You got DP. We want to stabilize our team.
It's not only that either. Antuna is that fool works hard for the whole team. Alessandrini don't do that, so that's why it feels like people don't give Antuna as much shit as Alessandrini either. Because when Antuna loses a ball or something, he's back there helping Shelvick recover.
All right, listen.
It's also because Antuna's a new player and he's a new shiny object, and we're seeing what he can do for us. We've seen Alessandrini produce for us 2 years in a row now. So if he plays like shit, we're gonna highlight that.
But Masa, to your point, when did Alessandrini get a yellow card?
When he dropped the Sonaldo.
What was he doing?
Defending.
Defending.
He was dropping us because they were on a counter track and he was the first one to get there, right? And he was there. Who was? Where was? Where was Rolf at?
He had to do that though.
Where was Rolf? Yeah, no, I'm 100% cool with the yellow card. Rolf had pushed up too, so the first person to react and come down and get that tackle in was Alessandrini. So listen, he's 2 games in. Our sample is really small right now because he's only 2 games in. We're giving him that much shit for 2 games, and we're not remembering the production that he's given us for 2 years. I think.
I am.
Oh no, I get it. I'm talking about in general audience. He's getting a lot more shit than I think he deserves, right? And two,
You know what's crazy? My man's gonna score a goal and he's gonna be fired. I know that shit's
Yeah,
gonna
that's all
happen.
it is. It's
Yeah.
all it is.
He's gonna
He needs
score
an
his goal.
assist,
He needs
a
to
goal,
see
and
the
that's
ball
it.
go in once. I hope. But yeah,
um, yeah. So Alessandrini's another hot topic. I think last week I said I wanted to see improvement. I think I saw that. I think
See
we
one more
came
game,
to
you said?
yeah. I think we came to
Yeah.
conclusion 2 games, right? So I think next game he's gonna score that goal and you know
if my
we'll
man don't
take
score
off.
a goal, I'm selling. I'm Wenger out. Wenger out.
You gonna be troops on that?
Gotta watch.
Yeah, man. Listen, the 2 goals. Here's the thing though. Who crossed that ball for Steres' goal?
Zlatan,
Zlatan.
which is
On his
sad.
left
On
side,
his weak
on
foot too.
Alessandrini's side, on his flank.
Zlatan on Alessandrini's side, and
With
on his weak
Alessandrini's
foot.
foot.
See, but you
On his weak
we
foot.
we've talked about this before, so that's a stupid ass comparison. We've clearly said over and over multiple times that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is it's in a world of his own in this league. There's only a few players in history, so fuck both of you guys.
He's trolling.
Oh my god.
Oh man! All right, listen. Steres with another goal.
hmm
You're welcome.
Steres with another fucking goal, dog. I'm not mad at it, and it was listen. The goal is super easy, right? All you had to do was put his head in there, but I give him credit for his position. Like he looked for second post, and he was aware that
He asked for it.
yeah,
He
yeah.
asked for it.
He took the step back and he was looking for second pole. He realized that he had nobody covering him. So, and then that's the power of Zlatan too, right? If you guys see the replay from like the higher angle, you see all the defenders just kind of gravitate to where Zlatan is at.
Of course.
Well, that ball initially was for Antuna, but Antuna missed it, and then technically the defender could have just let it go out of bounds, but instead he backheeled it into, I guess, closer to Zlatan. Or I remember how exactly it went down. But
Well,
point is, that ball was
Zlatan was
yeah,
first one to get there.
that ball was heading out, but it was a defender that clipped it with the back of his heel, and it redirected the ball to stay inbounds towards the sideline. I mean, and Zlatan got to it first.
Yeah.
And then Zlatan did Zlatan things.
And Zlatan kind of just a little jiggle. You know what? That's also
It
impressive
was
too.
slow motion as fuck though. That jiggle, that shit was
Yeah.
nice, but it
But
was slow motion as fuck.
but it's
I think
Zlatan,
just
too.
because it's the name Zlatan,
Yeah.
like the
You
defender
get
was like,
scared, huh?
oh, but that shit was slow.
He's also probably like a foot taller than the defender at that point too. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So like shit. But it was a good cross and you know easy layup for Steres. And I feel bad for Zlatan too because Zlatan had a bunch of offside calls this
Well, one of them was a goal.
Yeah, fuck
That one of them was, at least from the angle that we
Well,
saw,
yeah,
was
because I only
not
saw one
offside.
angle, right? Yeah, same. I
And
feel
that
the same
pisses
way.
me off because isn't the attacker supposed to have the advantage?
So the limes are told not to if they're not sure not to call offside because you can review that, right? Like that's the beauty of VAR or you know it's supposed to be the beauty of VAR. But where the fuck is Massa hiding? That's supposed to be the beauty, but once you pull up the offside flag, there's no VAR for it, so you can't review it. So that's stupid.
What do you mean? You
So-
can't.
Wait.
You can't
Yes,
review
you
an
can.
offside. You
Yes,
can't.
yes, you can. If it's a scored goal, yes, you can.
No, because he called offside. He didn't score a goal. He called offside, and when he's called offside is not a VAR.
Oh, the play's dead.
Yeah, you gotta leave the flag down.
Yeah, so that's fucked up because he shouldn't.
Oh,
that's what
see.
that's what they tell him. Like
Gotcha.
if
Let
you're
it
not
go,
sure, let
and
it
then
go.
you can go back to it.
And if it's offside, we call offside. Yeah,
Gotcha.
shit.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah. So
Oh yeah, what George said. Yeah.
so it's fucked up. It's fucked up. 'Cause I don't, like I said, from the angle of where the shoulder replay, he doesn't look offside. Right? Maybe it's a different angle, but it should have been reviewed and not called offside.
Yeah, that's bad.
I didn't know that. So I mean, I'm not mad about it anymore. You know what? It's very close. The lineman made his decision. Previous VAR, this is totally fine. Now that we have VAR, it's an issue, but I didn't know that was a call. So thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you.
But you know what? Well, you know what they're doing? They're getting the line mad. Right? He wanted a hat trick last game. He didn't get it. He said the same thing this game. He's like, I should have a hat trick, but they called offsides.
He had
Or should
another one,
have a
right?
hat trick when he missed the one right.
Sitter?
right in front of the
Oh,
keeper.
there you
God,
go.
he
That's
missed
the one I was thinking about.
He
Sitter,
missed the
yes.
fucking sitter, dog.
Oh,
That shit bounced in front of him, empty goal, and I legit celebrated. I legit celebrated, threw my hat, and then I had to go get it because it wasn't a
Did
goal.
you guys see Antuna's reaction to that? It was Antuna, right? That was there, and he looked at like he wanted to say something to Zlatan, but what do you say to Zlatan?
Nothing.
Yeah.
He'll probably disrespect you after missing that. He'll look at you.
Yeah, if he the other way around, you sorry little bitch. Fucking Teletubby ass player.
Oh man.
Kind of professionally playing. Ese juega para la eso.
Yeah. Listen, but he ended up getting his, and the way he get is like, when that guy's moving, he's a fucking freight train, dog. He just looks so powerful when he starts moving.
You're not gonna give Alessandrini credit for the co-assist on that one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're hockey now?
Well, actually, there's a double assist now, actually.
Oh
So,
really?
There is a double assist.
And no, I don't
So
know.
it's one for Alessandrini?
I just made it.
There's always double assist, no? The hockey.
I don't know. I
whatever
just
hockey
made it
shit.
up. Oh, that's hockey.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
just
the
made it
thing
up.
in MLS.
Oh, shit.
No, it's not.
Hockey
It's not a real
assist.
stat. It's not a real stat.
It's not.
No, it's not a
Masa,
real
shut up.
stat, dog.
I swear
That-
I'm trusting
that's
you.
not-
Last time was some
stat,
facts.
dog.
Remember, people,
Masa,
some facts.
no.
Some
I
facts.
thought it was a
Yeah,
stat.
not a
No,
real
Masa,
fact, dog. That ain't
You're
a
gonna get
fact.
called
dog.
out. You're gonna get called out quick. Shut
In
up.
MLS, I thought it was a stat.
Nah, you bugging. That's
Nah.
probably
Let's go
some
now.
index points. You probably get some index points, but it's not a real stat.
Well, it was what? It was a throw in from the end line, right? And then was it to Alessandrini? And then Alessandrini back to Rolf, and then Rolf right before the end line, he crosses it all the way to Ibra. That's how it went down, right?
Yep. And then Ibra just kind of just.
And then Ibra
sets it.
chests it down like a fucking thug. And
I'm telling you, like
Oh.
when he after he chest down, and he went for it. Like there's nobody in front of him for that ball.
Yeah.
dog. You know he was
mean-
going for that dog, and then he swings that big ass like that gigantic foot and just kind of just, you know.
Which one of the three?
What I'm saying he swung one, and he was,
I
you know,
mean, you know, he coulda hit it with either or.
I don't know what he hit it with. Can't confirm
The
nor
point
deny.
yeah.
and banger though.
Hey, Chris Leva in the chat. In case you haven't heard the tailgate episode, Rudy has fixed it, and it's the man with some facts.
Yep.
Some facts.
Yeah.
That
Some
one
facts.
was-
That shit
we
is
did-
an assist. This shit is a stat. Fuck you.
It's not.
Never mind. The man with the facts.
We'll let y'all know if it's a fact or not.
Yeah, Zlatan with a goal and an assist again. My man can do no wrong.
Easy.
Like,
Someone, just
Like
because
Mr.
it's relevant to
Triple-double.
a lot of this, just because of the vibe and I mean, I don't know if it was first half or second half, but someone said that they saw a video of some players were arguing. And I heard about that. I heard that Leggett was going back and forth with.
That's at the end of the game.
Okay, do you guys know what happened?
No, it was Zlatan and
from the
Šović, right?
pick of it- No. Well, I saw when Zlatan scored the goal, he looked at Šović, I think, and he told him like something about crossing the ball because Šović, from what I seen, wasn't crossing the ball one time or something like that.
Wow.
From what I think, from what it seems like, but I think the whole Leggett thing was towards the end of the game, and they were kind of focused the camera on them, and they were just talking about. It didn't seem much like an argument. It looked more of a, hey, touch the ball. This is the way that I'm going to be running the type of thing, like shit that you just talk about after a game.
Listen, if they're arguing after a win,
No, I don't think Zlatan argued after a win.
no, but if
Well,
they
if they're
are,
arguing after a win, I'm good with that.
yeah, hell yeah.
Because it just want to see
The
like, yo,
standards.
we won, but we got to do this.
We could
It
do
got to be
better.
better. It got to
Yep.
be, yeah.
Yep.
Dog, Rudy, you smart sometimes. Good shit, friend.
No,
I am
smart.
smart. I am smart.
Smart,
yeah.
I told you. So check
yeah.
it out. I
That's
think
an Ontario Fury stat.
I think I seen Zero Cool Chris use who scored, and I like the way they have the rating, so I kind of pulled that up, and I want to just showcase that real quick. And Alessandrini and Šović with the lowest ratings of the match. Alessandrini was 6.5
Interesting. How do
and
they rate
6.4.
these? How do they rate these?
I have no idea. No fucking clue. I just thought it was interesting. I only
I
seen
mean,
this in FIFA.
I'm gonna guess that it might be maybe like playing some type of fantasy sport. So I'm gonna guess that Šović takes a massive hit because of that conceded penalty.
Probably.
But other than that, I don't think he had a bad game. I mean, I don't think he did anything to be like, damn, he had a dope ass game either. But to be the lowest rated player, honestly, there's another player to me that stood out. That my expectations for him are higher. That I thought he was very, very poor this game.
Who? Come on, tell me.
Leggett.
Oh, really?
I wrote it down right here too. Yeah, just in case
Oh,
you believe me.
it's
He's my
official.
Teletubby of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, George?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
What?
I
Oh
think
shit,
to
Masa, you
compare
read through
him
that?
to
I
Massa
said that
mentioned
Wow.
it,
I
but I
said
think
that
to compare it to Shelvick, I don't think so.
Georgian Shelvick and Jet had the worst game
Well, let
this
me.
past game.
So we'll get into the Jet then. But I want to hear about Shelvick. Why do you think Shelvick had a bad game? I don't think he was.
Not
I
necessarily a
uh,
bad game, but I'm
I don't
saying
think he
like
didn't have
he
a bad
had
game, but he couldn't
like
find his footing.
yeah,
What?
like they had like not necessarily like they had a bad game, but they were like the weakest links of the game.
I
Not
saw.
necessarily oh they played bad. I don't think Legit played. I think let me rephrase that. Legit had a bad first half.
I think
Oh,
Second half,
I
everybody
just
had
think
a
he
better
had
half.
a no. Okay.
Hey,
so.
hockey assist is a stat. Fuck you, and that shit's been around forever, and that's how Valderrama and Donovan got their fucking record. So fuck off. Yeah, fucking
You know what?
dick.
The man with the fact. Yeah, Chris Leva, the man with the facts. Massa. All right. Just letting you know. In case you didn't know, now you know.
So I for sure thought we are gonna be unanimous with Jorgen with Shelvick.
No, you know what?
Because in my
Go
opinion,
ahead.
I think he was the most shaky when it comes to defense and moving up as well. I think he had a lot of bad touches. Uh, and again, maybe it was Trev, whatever it was, but like he was the one that seemed affected. I've seen it a few times where he tried to make a run and the ball just kind of stayed behind, or he had a bad touch and he lost the ball. I thought he
Well,
was the
could
weakest
that
one.
be because he's been doing well so far that we're expecting a Shelvick of 2019, not a Shelvick of 2018? Is
Yeah,
that could
for
be it?
sure, for sure,
Because
for
that
sure,
I can back that up 100%.
for sure.
I can back that up
That's exactly what it
100%.
was.
But I don't think he was poor to the way that to give him the zero of the game, I guess, or Teletubby of the game, right?
Well, listen, it's a hard. I think it's a hard. It's hard to call that because it wasn't a great game for anybody in particular,
True. True.
right? And if we're gonna choose, so at this point we have to nitpick, right? And if I'm nitpicking, I think I can nitpick the most from Shelvick, right? Because
Look,
I think Legit didn't have a great game, but there was highlights there. There was touches there that I liked.
I think it could have been Shelvick if it wasn't for Bingham saving his ass, and just
Yeah,
because of the
definitely.
scoreline to me. But
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna tell you why I think
clean sheet.
it was Legit. Legit's supposed to be our number 10 right now.
Hmm.
I don't to me personally, every time that at least this is what I saw. Not every single time, but the majority of times when he getting the ball back, he was passing the ball back. He was never really looking for intention going forward. If you're gonna play that number 10 role, I expect you to, if you're not seeing Slata make a run or Alessandrini make the run or
Great.
Antuna make the run or somebody, you gotta direct those motherfuckers. You gotta tell them, yo, I need to see something from you guys. And I didn't see that from him. As my number 10, there was nothing from him in this game. All he kept doing is every time is I saw him looking back every single time. Where's Jonah? Where's Corona? And he kept looking for the easy pass back. That's okay in the first half. I'm okay with in the first half because of how it started, the shakiness. But in that second half, we're talking about a different game. I don't. You say you recall highlights from him, but I just think that for the position that Legit is supposed to be playing, I thought that he was poor.
I'm gonna disagree with you because
Why?
I feel like in the second half, GBS kind of told the guys to slow it down a bit, and if there was nothing there, don't force it. So
I,
how do you expect Lejek to force something if I'm pretty sure coaching said don't force anything,
Which is
keep
fine,
a hold the possession,
but I
and
don't
then you
ever
switch it
recall.
from wing to wing. It's not really like, oh, he's gonna tell him what to do. No, that's how GBS plays. If you don't have anything, don't force it. Play down your wings. If the wings don't have anything, then play it back the other way. If you don't have anything going forward, then play back to Jonathan or play back to Corona.
Look,
That's the way we're
I
gonna
saw the
play.
game twice. The On Friday when we saw it live. I'm sure I missed parts because when I get beer, when I go pee, and things like that, right? So I saw it again at home. I saw the extended highlights and the short highlights. I made it a conscious effort to look at Legit, right, in his out. What you said is spot on in terms of look to the wings, but it seems like he took what his coach said and made it literal. If you're supposed to be number 10, I'm thinking first look to see what my creative options are in the attack, and then I go back. I didn't see that. I saw him dropping back too much into a Legit type. I mean, into a Corona type of role,
so
into a Jonah type of role. I saw him drop so much that his first instinct was, okay, well, let me swing the ball to the side or play it back further. Not in the number 10 role where I'm expecting him to be. I felt we didn't have that number 10, which is why I felt like we didn't have that connectivity, that creative play down the middle. That's my opinion.
So let me jump in here and say, I think Legit he was playing further back and he wasn't being the creative guy. At the same time, I seen Corona step into a role. He fulfilled that.
Yes,
He was definitely
100%.
taking that area, like where
Absolutely.
he was.
Yeah.
He was, well, you saw right. I mentioned it
Yeah,
earlier.
I did.
I saw him take more shots than he had in prior games. And listen, so I agree with everything you said. But the dope thing about this team right now is that we have somebody like Corona that stepped into that role and took that on a little more. So I fucks with that a lot.
Was
Hey,
just our
Rudy's right.
midfield-
I'm watching it right now too. So watched it 4 times.
It's more of our midfield rotating.
Yeah.
It's not like we have all these guys that are play our center midfield could play in each other's position.
Which
Yeah,
is
so-
fine.
but
Which is
What-
fine. But then that's going to lead me to my
but
argument that we do
on
need a number 10.
paper, well, I don't know. On paper, yes, we play with a number 10, but on the field, when it comes down to circumstances of the game, anyone could step up into that role. So
Yeah.
it's not like I don't think we necessarily need a
but
number 10.
Let me
but-
counter argue that, and let me tell you what could have happened then. If those crosses would have never came, that means that we left this game in a 0-0 because we would have never created anything from the middle. There was nothing there. This was all down the wings. Everything I don't know how many crosses. If anyone knows how many crosses we put in this game, including the missed ones, the blocked ones, whatever, the ones that the goalie caught,
had
go
a
for
lot.
it. But
had a lot.
I don't recall any plays that really came down the middle, kind of what we created against Minnesota United. Right, that's what I'm thinking. That type of fluidity, it wasn't there. Now, you guys have heard me say this, and I'm okay with this type of games, right? Where I just want to win, right? That's what I care about at the end of the day. So we're gonna win some games that are gonna look ugly like this. I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you why Legit to me was my lowest player of the game from what I saw. Because if you're supposed to be playing this number 10 role and you're not doing that, and we have to find other avenues, and you're not being effective in your role. Rudy said it 100%. I'm a Rudy 100%. Corona looked more effective in that number 10 role than that. Now, I bring that up because we don't have a number 10. A legitimate number 10 is not going to be dropping that far back. A legitimate number 10 is first his idea is going to be, what can I do down the middle before I have to go back, before I have to go down the wings? Who do I have in front of me? Things of that nature. We don't have that. We don't. Do you guys agree?
I don't think we have it yet. See, and here's the thing: like we gotta keep remembering that's our 5th game of the season, right? And that's only our second game,
100%.
with our A squad, and we got results both times. So
And
I
I'm good with
think we
that.
gotta
I'm
give.
just-
And
yeah.
you know what you said was 100% it, right? You take a victory on the road, even if it's an own goal, and you walk away
Yeah,
and you
whatever it is,
smile
yes.
and we got 3 points. I don't give a fuck how we got it. The fact that we scored 2 goals, it could have been more. I'll take it. And again, listen, it's 5th game in. It's 2nd game with an A squad. I think by the way it looks of it, we're gonna have a real solid team midway through the season. When it comes to like the end of the summer, when it gets to the real, the
Question.
do or die, we're gonna be fucking. What up?
We're comparing a lot to Minnesota because that was honestly the best offense that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But there was 2 players that didn't play that game that I think disrupt that.
I'm
And
not
I think
comparing a lot
it's
to
a-
Minnesota, though. I just
No,
said it
well,
one
you
time.
said-
I just said it once.
Well,
I just said
whatever.
it once.
We had-
That's
Well,
not
let's
a lot of
compare.
times.
Well, whatever,
All right.
whatever. Let's
And, all right,
compare
let
it.
me
Let's
talk.
compare it. Let's compare it to Minnesota.
right.
Go for
So
it.
yeah, so we're saying Minnesota. I think moving forward, I don't think that's going to be a good comparison anymore because that's not the soccer that we're going to play. Sadly, because there's 2 players that disrupt that. Not for better or worse. I'm not saying that, but I think that shouldn't be the bar.
Look, and I'm good with that. I just bring it up why I thought Leggett was my least
Okay.
favorite player this game. I still don't think he was terrible. I
But
just
I think
don't
Shelvin
think
takes
he.
it. I think unanimously Shelvin takes it.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, not
yeah.
unanimously, but I mean, we have different
Yeah.
takes. How about player of the match? It has to be Zlatan, right?
No, fuck that.
Oh,
Big
Oh, who?
Bingham.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I fucked with that too, though.
Oh, remember when I came on here and it was like, what the fuck? Why are we going to need that? Why do we need a goalie to good? Oh, we're going to go. This guy's going to be 4-0. Why the fuck do we need Big Bingham, dog? What the fuck? Our
it should have been
defense?
4-0. It should have been 4-0.
Big
Oh.
Bing.
Should have been
Can I
4-0.
claim
Rudy-
some points? Can I claim some points for this?
Rudy,
one?
I'm throwing
Can I
you.
say one thing
Rudy,
before you
don't-
guys get started with your
Don't
shit?
say a damn thing because we don't have an hour left. You nod your head.
I'm
and say,
saying one
sorry.
thing.
You say
I'm
I'm
saying
sorry.
one-
You say that I
I'm
was
not saying
right.
sorry for shit.
Okay.
George, you were right.
Thank you.
not Rudy.
Rudy, I'm throwing you your 3 points.
Thank you, baby. I take them.
I'm not playing that game no more because last time Rudy didn't want to. He didn't want to be fair and take those points away. There, he should have
No,
taken
we
away.
did
Massa
touch
said on
it.
that shit.
No, no, no,
No, he
no,
didn't.
no.
Rudy
All right,
said no. He
that's
said
fine.
no.
I
I'm not
did.
gonna do that.
That's fine.
I'm
No, Rudy said he
commissioner.
wasn't gonna
Fuck
do that.
No. So right now, Rudy has 5 points.
I have 6 points. I don't care what you say.
No, you have
You see?
5 points.
Look,
You have
I'm all
5
for it.
points.
You guys, I'm
That's
good
fine.
with you.
Listen,
I'm good with you with the game, but you know,
have 5
it was my hot take, right? And we don't have to agree about it. It was my hot take.
Nah, but we made it. We made
it a bet though. What was the bet?
Hey George.
It was a bet. It
Hey,
was a
George.
bet.
What was the bet?
Hey George.
What's
I
up?
forgot.
George, you got some questions for us? Can we get into that?
5 points. You get 5 points, Rudy.
All right,
You don't
man.
have 6.
You
Let's get
have
into the
5
questions.
Listen,
Yeah, 5 points.
I said David Bingham is the player of the game. I'm good with that.
Question time.
You know what I mean? We're still fucking up big, bro. I think the score's gonna be 2-0 Galaxy.
I mean, we did better than I expected.
Fuck San Jose.
Fuck Levels FC. Fucking G's are gonna be coming on top, right?
All right. So
All right, yo, honestly, a little disclaimer. Angel, a lot of these questions are directed at you, so please don't take more than 2 minutes when answering them.
hey, should I put the timer? Should I put the timer up?
Yeah,
Should I put the timer
sometimes,
up? So it's like-
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. All right, so Angel, don't
All right,
get
fuck
excited.
it. See, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Learn how to get to the point.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Oh fuck, this is an Angel question.
No.
Steven 138
Yes.
wants to know if the buses get full for San Jose, do any more? More get reserved. Steven 138 on Instagram. If buses to San Jose get more packed, do you guys reserve more if there's a high demand?
So technically, we have 2 that are over same day, which means they come back right after the game, and then there's a third that we have reserved, but that one's gonna be for overnight. So we're probably gonna release the information for that one, if not this week. Next week coming up, the week after. But once those 3 are gone, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
There you go, Steven. Good shit, Angel. There you go. See, you could do this. All right. B loves.
But you know what? No.
Oh my gosh. Angel reminds me of the I just think it's funny that. All right, B loves. You guys think that we still need Giancarlo after seeing Romney step it up on Friday?
No. I think we mentioned it earlier briefly.
So we don't need Giancarlo anymore.
Nope.
Rudy?
We'll say that until we get some injuries. Watch.
Yeah. No, I think we'll bring him in. I think we'll bring him in, and it's gonna be a fight for those 2 center back positions, and I'm okay with
I
that.
agree with Rudy. I think it's gonna make the team way better.
Yeah.
Masa?
I think we should bring him in, because regardless if we lose him for Gold Cup or not, I still think it doesn't hurt to have depth.
And depth, quality depth, right? Because right now it's looking like the three that are fighting right now are all.
It's just gonna put pressure on everybody to be better.
Yeah.
I don't see how bringing them in is not.
It's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
No.
Sharky 14. This is for Angel. Will we see Angel in a Daniel Steres jersey this Saturday?
Absolutely. Oh, this Saturday? Nah, I don't have the funds for it this Saturday, but absolutely at some point in the year. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a spine too.
There you go. Rudy, can we get a sample of that?
Yeah,
audio?
for sure. I'm getting that. I'm getting that for
All
sure.
right.
Look, I've been telling y'all forever. I'm Daniel Steres as fuck.
Jazz and Geo. Angel, since he's the 0 of your match, this is for you. Which one of you is going to propose to the Jet first? He's a keeper.
Me? Hold up. Okay. 0 the game, but remember I said he should be my captain, so we'll be back next week. Hat trick.
Hat trick, double hat trick legit. This
Yep,
year?
double hat trick legit.
Pinche Barbon. Same question. Do we still need a defender if Romney can fill up the back row? It's really good. Romo, with Antuna being a lone player, is DTK and GBS going to bring in a new left wing this summer or winter?
Centurion, baby, I'm telling you.
Or the likes of, right? I think we'll I'll be hard pressed to believe we're not gonna get like a South American winger.
Centurion, I'm telling you.
Or the likes of somebody similar to that fits that. That's what we'll see. And I'll keep Antuna until we get that. But yeah, I think
Yep.
we will.
Yeah, I agree. La Maravilla 23-23.
Maravilla.
What do you guys think? I personally wasn't anyone. I don't know anyone that went. But what do you guys think about the Galaxy port at the Springbok 818 viewing parties? Angel?
Those shits are tight.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people that started those. You know what? I believe they started with like 6 people. six,
Yeah.
7 people. I know it was like Marin, Sergio, and I don't know who else, but shout out to them, man. It also helps that there's quite a bit of largers that live up there, ACB that live up there, Galaxians that live up there, and a whole bunch of other people that are now just G's fans in general are coming through. But I believe right now that one, Springbok and Southgate are probably the. I mean, sorry, that one, Springbok, obviously, LA Beer Garden, and Southgate are probably the three with the biggest groups so far. So
Yeah. Hey, if
those
anyone
shits are
went
knocking.
to the viewing parties and got a koozie, can you shoot me one? Those shits look pretty dope. That's
Oh,
dope
those
that the
shits are
Galaxy did
tight.
that.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, we got a question from Rodrigo Rodriguez. Should the G's organization field a NWSL team? Continue the
Oh, that's
pathway that
interesting.
has been created with the Girls
Mm.
Academy.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have mixed
Let's
You
talk
know,
about
opinions
this.
on
This
this.
is the one I want to talk
Personally,
about.
We could talk about.
yo,
Yeah, we could talk about this. It'd
I
be
have a
dope.
hot take, but then we're gonna get censored, and
Oh shit!
yeah,
Can you
no,
I
make
think I
it?
think I agree
nah,
with
nah,
you.
nah, nah, nah.
I'll go
Honestly,
first because
Go for it. Go for it.
I'll put it simple. It's simple. I think we should, cause of the academy team. But at the same time, how many of you motherfuckers really gonna show up to those games? Cause I'm gonna be honest,
exactly.
I won't.
Yeah.
Straight up, I won't.
Were you guys any of you guys around when we had the soul?
well, that's what I was gonna get to. So, I mean, I think I went to one game, and they had good turnouts for being, a women's match. And this is just being frank, right? They obviously don't get the same support unless you're in New England and you're in Columbus. You have the same amount of supporters that they do for the men's, but um,
The Thorns too in Portland.
yeah, the games they were never empty. I mean, of course they weren't
Yeah.
massive 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, but at least 10K or so. And I went once,
Especially
and I watched them for a bit too on TV. They won actually. No, they lost in the final. My bad. I believe they lost in the final. But the first year that we were there, they for sure made it to the final.
well,
And they were good and shit. I mean, I had fun watching them.
I think if the Galaxy continue their ways of being the Galaxy and they pick up an NW whatever team, I think bringing in big names like the U.S. Women's National, like bringing in
what they did was
obviously
so.
Alex Morgan. You have Kristen Press, that's a LA girl. I think with that, definitely attention. And now that I'm gonna have a daughter, I have to start saying that women's sports are dope as fuck.
Fucking
So
asshole.
Well, you
add
know what
that.
else? Again, it goes back to them having good crowds here, at least in late. I mean, comparing to other NWSL based on shits that I've seen. I just think it was just AEG didn't want to take the risk with that. I know
So
they paid for them the first year, right? Or they
so
owned it, and I don't know what happened the year
so
after that or what ended up happening exactly.
shout out to LAG Confidential. Is that what it is, right? That's the blog. Uh,
Mike?
yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
So shout out
Yeah.
to him because he actually posted an article about that today. So I read that, and yeah, that's exactly what it was. AG were in for 1 year, and then they had a buyer, and they ended up kind of
Oh, there you go.
falling out at the end. So yeah, and then again,
Uh,
so same Fernando posted in the chat, but yeah, their average attendance was 6K, and a lot of that had to do was because they were like games before the Galaxy games, so the kickoff was like around 12 or 11:30. Like the kickoff was at weird times, you know what I mean? And we've heard complaints about the sun in your face when it's a hot ass game, so you can imagine
Not for
how.
me.
But we heard those complaints. So yeah, listen,
see,
I think
but you know that my bad. I was say it probably might be smart to do. You know how we're trying to make a big push this year, to support Galaxy 2, and
Yep.
this is
Good
obviously
shit.
skipping ahead. Maybe like a double, yeah, like a double header, like in the big field. Galaxy 2 followed by the women's team, or vice versa. The women's team first, and then Galaxy 2. Whatever. But that could be something. And it's something we can probably work around. Like, hey, let's make it a day. Again, it's just a thought, right? But I mean, I really couldn't tell you. The only way we could probably find out is legit walking up to Dan Beckerman again, like we did in the parking lot, and mob up on him, like, yo, what's up with the girls, dog?
yeah.
See what he says,
So and here's the shit too, right? Mia Hamm wants to bring a team with the other shit. You know what I mean?
Mia
So,
Hamm said this shit last year when everybody was paying attention to her, and it came up in the question. LA doesn't have a team, and now with LAFC, I'm pretty sure that with all this shit going down with LAFC right now, and the fact that they're still in their second year and they still have growth. And again, remember, LAFC is not paid like the Galaxy is, because LAFC has like 100 owners, and they all pay like $2 each to support that team. It's not so
well, no, no,
she can say
listen,
whatever she wants. Even then,
whatever.
I don't know if LAFC ownership can actually do that.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like what I was trying to get at is like if there is a women's women's club in Los Angeles, it should be the Galaxy, and Galaxy should not sleep on that because they already have the infrastructure for it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what I'll say is like they should be hopping on it, and they have the facilities for it, right?
I'm
Listen,
with that.
if it's 6K, if it's 6K at the
Throw them
track
at
and
the track
field,
and field.
dog,
Yep.
6K at track and field, ambiente as fuck, dog. You know
True.
what I mean? So, well, I would personally like to see it. At the same time, though, I agree with you. Like when they were here, I went to one match, two matches, and I think I didn't even stay
I,
because it was hot as fuck, so I bounced. And I
I
went to
regret not
Tucky.
going because
Same
I,
though.
I,
They
I
have
regret not
Mata,
going because Marta, dog,
Marta, yeah, they
and
have
I
Marta.
missed out on that.
Oh, yep.
I
Yeah,
missed
bro.
out on that hard, but
Same.
whatever.
But you know, me, the Tuggies were popping in Victoria Street, so you know,
Hmm.
I had to go there. All right, moving on.
All right, that was a
Let's
good
go.
question.
Yeah, that was. Thanks.
Yeah.
What was that again?
We'll see.
That
We'll
was
see.
Rodrigo.
Shout
You know
out.
what? We'll ask for you guys the next leadership question and see what they have to say about that.
All right. I got one from
Why is that flat?
Soup Spoon. Nick Wieners.
We're getting trolled on. We're getting trolled on hard now. That can't be your name. Is it a real name?
Nick Wieners. No, this is a good question. How is Steres playing so well? Has he always been this good? Is it a fluke? Is it an indicator of GBS's coaching quality? Angel, I know you're dying to answer this.
I think we talked
I've
about.
comes
always
down-
said
we
I've
talked
always
about
said that
this
he's
last
been
year.
good. Yeah. He's
I
always
mean, we
I think
talked
he's always had the capability. He has the assets of being a good player, a good overall player. It's just I think mentally he wasn't doing it. Or I don't know what the fuck it was. So I think it's gonna I want to say it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of GBS's knowing what to say and Daniel Steres finally using his capabilities to his power.
I think
Um,
it comes down to coaching. We mentioned it last year when the Galaxy were on that streak trying to make playoffs. How it went from Siggy, rest in peace, to Dom Kinnear. How he got those guys clicking in the back, and I think it just goes through Kinnear still here, and GBS wanted to fix defense first. I think it comes down to uh, coaching first, and then Daniel Steres obviously has the qualities like Angel always said, and that's why we give him a hard time. And right now, he's not getting shit from us because he's doing so good.
so I think it's that's partially it, but I also think it's the partnership that he's with right now. I think Polenta's influence in just like the months he's been here is definitely showing on Steres, right? Because I think one of the things I always had a problem with Romney and the Steres partnership is that nobody steps up when it's Romney and Steres, right? There's not a leader in the back, and I think on Friday we saw Steres step up more, where he was pointing at Romney and telling him where he needs him at, right? Shit that we see Polenta doing, and that's why I think the partnership of him and Polenta, the influence that Polenta's bringing to Steres, is really showcasing how good he's playing right now.
Plus,
Personally.
after a while, from making so many mistakes, you should have plenty of tape to study, right? And realize, all right, I keep fucking up with this and this, and how can I improve? And I think that's what he's been doing, man. I mean, he's looking good.
And he's
Hopefully
playing with, he's playing
Alessandrini's
with
watching his
huevos
tape.
too. Dog. He's playing with fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, I
Oy.
fucked with that. I fucked with that.
Oopa.
That gets me.
Shout out, Mrs. Steres. You've raised a beautiful human being and an awesome stud soccer player.
All right,
I live in
moving on.
AF96.
Javier G 1889. This is a question for Angel mostly. For those such as myself who can attend home games frequently, like the Saturdays, is there any viewing parties that the Galaxy can host or anybody could host?
Look, straight up, we're not going to host any viewing parties for home games. I'll tell you that right now. You should be making an effort to make it out. I mean, I don't know what your financial status is, but if you ever want to come out to a game and it's something you really want to do, hit us up and we'll figure out some. We'll figure. We can't do that for everyone, obviously, right? But every now and then, at least. But what I can tell you is that most places that already host viewing parties, like you can walk over into Montebello at Pescador. They're G's fans. They'll put on the game for you. You could walk to LA Beer Garden. They'll put it on for you. You could walk to Southgate. I mean, any of the places that we already go to, if there's one around you, I mean, I'm sure Springbot's not going to tell you no. And if any of these places tell you no to put on the Galaxy game for one of the home games, let us know, and we won't have a viewing party there ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And what Angel said at the end right now.
Maybe not ever again. Maybe we'll talk to them, yo, chill, dog, but definitely we'll bring it to attention. But yeah, all these places are supposed to be Galaxy friendly, so.
Yeah, for sure. So that right, like we not hosting a party, but a lot of the bars that we attend to regularly should have them for you. Ask them. Let me address that real quick. Let me address that. So we got a question right now. It's concerning AO and Trash FC. We don't get into the national team and shit like that. So we acknowledge your question, but that's not really our scene. We're kind of just cheese focused. So
What was the question? Just 'cause I'm curious.
I guess
It was about Trash FC's taking over the AO chants since they played at the Stank.
yeah, like I said, it's AO really AO
Irrelevant to
Capo
us.
with irrelevant to Galaxy.
They didn't separate them if they have their own supporter group.
I don't know.
Usually
Listen,
that's how it is. I mean, I know I've seen it before where if they're not friendly to AO in terms of they getting along, they will have a separate section for.
I don't know.
again,
All right.
it doesn't.
MLG Cheesy 121.
dude.
Is the Michi guy coming back to the next home game? And does ACB still have $5 merch?
So we're gonna do the $5 merch again. I just don't think it's gonna be this Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. We'll definitely post it. But that shit was a hit, so we'll do that again. And we still have.
Hell
more-
yeah. I got a lot of shit from that.
Yeah. So yeah, that is gonna happen again for sure. Just I can't confirm nor deny that it's gonna be this week, but I can deny that it's gonna be this week. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure either next Monday and when we redo this podcast, I'll let you know when we'll do the that sale again. And what was the other part of the question?
Is the Michi guy coming back?
The real important one.
Hold on. So the Michi guy will be back, but hold on. Same thing. It's not going to be this Saturday. This Saturday, most likely, we're going to have pizza and beer.
See, don't even say that. Just be lying to people. We're gonna have packed ass
Just say,
games.
hey, he's
Not just-
coming.
He's coming.
He's
Every
coming
single game he's gonna be
every
there.
game.
Well, I was going to say, he's bringing an oven this time, and he's going to make the pizza just with an apron on. Nothing on there. No, but because you guys had asked, we will have the $5 sale again. And we know what, just because you brought it up, we'll see if we can do it at the same time. The day the Michi guy comes, we'll do the Michi and $5 merch.
It'd be $6, so you got a dollar tip for the Michi guys. So
Which is my tip.
All right, Angel, segue into ACB news since we're done with Straight from the Fans.
That's it. Man, you guys went light today.
that's because you talk too much.
That's because we had a lot of questions. Just you didn't take 30 minutes per question.
Oh shit! Damn, that's what that's like.
Look, at grass is greener, huh?
My G, because I remember somebody in the chat said that if it was late to post something. on it.
Romo, we got Romo's question in.
All right, for sure. All right, cool. So ACB shit.
Oh no, never mind. Romo, this is Tomasa. Are Audi points a real stat?
That's not an Audi point. It's that's a legit.
That wasn't the question.
Is legit.
That wasn't
Or
the
Audi
question.
points?
Audi
Nah, that's
points
just
are-
fucking.
MLS
That's just like, yeah, it's like a sponsor shit.
It's like a double assist, huh?
Nah, double assist is the real shit. Look that shit up.
All right, now we're done with the
Look that
question.
shit up.
All right, so the ACB plug, because we are the official, unofficial, but really official ACB podcast. This Saturday, Philadelphia Union are gonna come and lose to us. So get your tickets. Ticket link goes down Thursday as usual, usually around noon. I think it should be an almost packed section, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be, because we sold a whole bunch of tickets with the Portland package, which we're gonna try to do again. So be there or be square. Yeah. Then San Jose away. Another reminder: you guys have an extra week to get those if you're an ACBC second member. $50. After next week, everyone $60 for ACB season ticket members and $70 for non-members.
ACB, hold on. Sorry. ACB season ticket member or ACB member?
ACB members. I'm sorry. Yeah, ACB members. And then what else do we have? I think that's it for right now. Am I missing anything? Let me see.
With that being said,
Big ass shout out to everyone for showing up to the viewing parties. I got word and pictures. This is probably the biggest turnout for all viewing parties that we had this weekend across the LA area, from Bakersfield all the way down to San Diego. I mean, I believe Springbok had about 100 people. Same thing with
On a Friday.
Yeah, on a Friday night. And you know what? That was my biggest fear. Because of Friday night, I didn't think a lot of people were going to show up because of work and things like that. But you know, you guys made it happen. So kudos to y'all, and you know, big apologies to the people in the Inland Empire and West Covina area. You know, fortunately, because of the whole Spectrum being a bunch of, you know what Spectrum is a Teletubby this week. Those fuckers can't get the shit together with viewing. I mean, with streams for the Galaxy games. So I know they had issues out there, so they couldn't have the tickets out there. But for the most part, man, kudos to everyone. I mean, even though now was at Hermosa Brewing in Hermosa Beach, small spot but packed. I mean, people were standing everywhere. So keep coming. That shit makes my heart happy. So I can get hit by a croissant truck
All
tomorrow
right.
and be happy.
Before we get off of the ACB topic, Rooney wants to know if we have update on LAFC tickets. No.
Homework way.
Tickets. Do you have an update? You have anything to share with us?
Well, since it's already going to be out there, then you might as well, because I know the email's already sent out. If you're an ACB an ACB member, I'm getting this confused. If you're an ACB member, head over to your emails. You can now purchase tickets for the LAFC home game.
Yeah, Tony posted it already.
Okay, yeah, but not everyone is on.
Go for it. Go for it, Angel.
Yeah, so
Shut up, Rudy.
you can get up to 2 tickets max a sit per season per membership. Yeah. And then most likely the first week of May, we're gonna open it up to everyone, including if you're an ACB member and you want to get tickets, then same price as anyone else. $30, and while supplies last, as usual, we're probably gonna have will call for first time buyers. If you bought before, you're already an existing member, you'll probably get those sent over to you. But yeah, those tickets, I can tell you that I doubt if there's gonna be any tickets left by the time that those go on sale, because it's you guys are ass straight up. Those tickets sold a lot quicker than the Philly tickets have. So yeah, I don't even know if there's gonna be tickets available then. But yeah, and in terms for the LAFC away, hopefully I have an update for you guys next week. But FO was out today, so I'll press them again.
I have an update, motherfucker. Get 200 subscribers and we'll give away one over here.
Yeah, one for the away game. But your motherfucker is lagging. Cool. As always, hey, listen.
I just bought 2 and posted them on StubHub.
Here's a request, yo. Everybody tuning in, everybody who downloads our stuff, share it with somebody. Yeah, just post it up on, share our tweet, retweet our tweets, share our stories, hook us up with getting some new audience. Share it to all your friends who support the Galaxy. We really appreciate that.
Barrientos, because and anyone else, just confirm. There's 2 different things: ACB season ticket memberships and ACB memberships.
You were messing them up.
Yeah, I know, that's on me. All you need to have is an ACB membership. You don't have to buy your season ticket member. You don't have to be a season ticket member. You just have your membership, which is the one you can get on our website. Which, by the way, I think there's only like less than 10 left earlier today, because apparently some people didn't buy the memberships, and just to get these tickets, they decide to buy memberships.
I should buy that one.
Hey, all you guys are members?
Yep.
Yeah?
Nope.
So
Are you myself?
No, nah, dog. That's why me and you have good chemistry, dog.
well,
You're the assholes. You know that, right?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit. Whatever. You don't have to get them. That's up to you. But point is, now you know. So sold out. Oh damn, sorry, Eric Barrientos. Should have been a member sooner though, bro.
All right. Again, follow us on Twitter at SFTS96, on Instagram on SFTS_podcast, on Facebook SFTS96, available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and everywhere you get your podcast at. And again, if you're watching the stream, hit the subscribe button. Get us to 200. And with that being said, this is another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm your boy Rudy at I'm Smarts on Gram. I'm Smarts on Twitter.
This is Jay Undefeated 7. George. Bam, if you're watching the feed, I got it right this time. Mini-me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm responding to the homies here. Just people that are saying that shit sold out. So hit me up on social media if you guys want to know more about ACB memberships. I'll see what we can do, just because you guys are beautiful listeners. At Live It 96.